Hey, good morning everyone. So this is Ansh and today we are back again with our topic, that is initialization parameter file, which is a physical file. So in the last sessions we have already discussed about some theoretical concept on init file and SP file, and today we are going to discuss more about on that in the practical sections. So this is my VM. Let me open my database instance. First of all, validate how many database instances configured in this server. We have three database: SHA, ORCL and prod. Let me set the environment of any of the database here, .ORA-845, and we have to set I'm taking SHA only, and SQL plus as DBA. So I'm opening this database and look, it is showing that connected to an idle instance. Remember, every time whenever you are connecting your database to an idle instance, that means your database is in shutdown state. So to properly start the database, we have the different stages of the startup that we will discuss in the later sections. But as of now, you should be knowing that to start your database, simply you have to fire the command startup. Okay, if you are viewing that, okay, this is the error. So multiple times as a DBA you will be facing this type of errors, but this is your VM machine, so you are getting this type of error. But if you are working in the production environment, most probably you won't be getting this type of error. So what to do in this case? You have to identify, you have to troubleshoot this type of errors. If you have the capability of troubleshoot, then you will be a good DBA and renowned DBA too. But if you won't be troubleshooting these things, so in that case you will be getting scolded from your managers and your staffs. So not to worry, this error you won't be facing in the physical servers whenever you are working in the prod or lab environment. But as this is a VM, we are getting this error. So, and take the note of this, whatever error you are getting from now onwards, you can make a note and keep it in your repository, so that next time in future, if same error will occur, you should be referring your notes to resolve the issue. So look here, if this is the error that ORA-0845 memory target not supported on this, you can refer your Google or anywhere and you can get the answer solution, because in the Google you will get the blogs and all that thing. So from that you can identify how to resolve that thing. So I know that what is the solution personally. So what I will do, I will just open a terminal and I will log in with the root user. For that error, I will log in as a root user and I will check the file system. In the last sessions I have used some storage system. So df-h, if you fire this command, you will be getting this many file systems. Look, the TMPFS is 2.3 gigs, and out of which 1.1 gigs is utilized and 49% is completely utilized. So this is the reason why it is showing. It should be a sufficient amount of space here. And remember one thing, in this file system nothing should be 100%, but this is 100% because we have shared some folders, and which folder is 100% utilized. So not to worry, but remember, this slash mount point should not be utilized 100%. This boot won't be utilized 100%. If this is the case, then you have to troubleshoot, you have to release some space, that we'll discuss in the later sections. So as of now, remember, this is the boot space and slash space, but our objective is to increase some memory target space. So for memory related, this is the TMPFS, we have to increase this mount point. So what I will do, I will use the command mount -t TMPFS space where it gone, yeah, TMPFS, then SHMFS SHM file system -o, and we have to mention the size also, what size you want. Here we know that it is 2.3 gigs. I will mention 10 gigs here or 12 gigs depending on the configuration of your machine, and the corresponding file system is dev shm. Okay, I have used this command, I have fired as a root user. Now let me switch to Oracle user. Let me set the environment of that same database, SHA. You can validate also if you are using df-h. Earlier the size is 2.3 gigs. Let me validate here. Now it changed to 12 gigs. So we have sufficient amount of space. We have set the environment also. So let's fire the command SQL plus asrblogger. If you're triggering this command, it will connect to idle instance. What we have to do, we have to start your database. using the startup command. Most probably you won't be getting the issue now. Look, your instance got allocated, and if your instance is allocating, that means these are the parameters which has already been defined in the initialization parameter file. I think now you guys are aware with the SGA. What is SGA? System global area, database buffer cache, read log buffer cache. So once you will file startup, your instance will start and background process will initiate. So these are the use cases you should be knowing. Okay, so let me show you something like if you are using some views like DSC, $, database, as a DBA you should be using this many views multiple times a day. So with the view name $, database, if you are describing, so you will be getting n number of columns inside it. So I will just pick name column, open mode columns, log mode columns, this whatever you want, what is the requirement of yours, you can use that only. Okay, so I am selecting only 3 columns, like select name, comma, open mode, comma, log mode, from which view, $, database. If I have triggered this command, you will be getting the database name. What is the database name? What is the mode? It is in read write mode, that means it is in startup mode, and database is in no archive log mode. I will come to it in later sections. So suppose now my database is started, but what about instance? If someone will ask you what is the instance name, so you can use this command also. You can use this view DSC $, instance. So there is an instance name, right, and the host name and all that. So you can use that also if you are using instance name from $, database, sorry, $, instance. If you are using this one, so you will be getting the instance name. But in the last section we have studied about initialization parameter file, related that all the parameters are residing under PFILE or SPFILE. But how to identify what and all parameters are set in the SPFILE? I have mentioned you some command like show parameter. If you will use show parameter, list of parameters will be displayed here. Look, these many parameters along with the values, not this much. In the top also you will be viewing that. So look how many parameters are being present in the parameter file. So this parameter files only defines the state of the database. If this parameter files is not being configured, you won't be able to start your database. So remember that. And if something bad happens or something issue is happening related to performance, so you have to modify some values of the parameter file. So this is the case. And look, there are a number of parameters, so it's very difficult for us to identify. But remember, whenever you are facing some issues related to SGA or shared pool or large pool or any of the pools or any of the parameters, you can use the simple show parameter and give the parameter name SGA. Look, SGA related all the information, all the parameters is being set here. Now let me show you something, another parameter, show parameter recovery. Look, recovery related all the parameters are set here. So this is the way how you can identify what parameters value is being set. If you want to view show parameter name, then name related every information will be displayed here. What is the DB name? DB name is SHA. DB unique name, DB unique name is also SHA. What is the instance name? It is SHA. Service name, SHA. So related to name also you can identify what is the DB name and all that without triggering the $, and that views. So it depends on your perspective how you can proceed further and how you want to troubleshoot and what are the ways that you want to follow. So this is the medium. But let me show you something like this. If you want to modify some parameter like show parameter recovery, so look, DB recovery file list, the size is 8256 MB. I just wanted to make it 9 GB, suppose say 6 gigs. Okay, so how we can change the parameter? This is the SP file. I am altering the SP file, right? So how to reset it, how to change it? And I have also mentioned in the last session that we have to use the alter system set command, alter system set, and you have to mention the parameter name. Alter system set the parameter name, and now you are mentioning the size. Alter system set DB recovery file list size equal to this one. You have to mention 9 gigs or 6 gigs, what you want. Okay, it's better let me show you some documentation which I have prepared for you. In my production environment, I also faced a similar issue. Let me show you. So what I did, show parameter DB recovery file list. So in this sections, I have altered the parameter, this one, DB recovery file list size to 20 gigs, and I have used the information scope equal to both. That means we have made the changes in both memory and SPFILE. So let me show you how it happened. It's not showing like that. Okay, let me do like this. Let me copy it and let me show you in the practical sessions only. Alter system set, I have used this parameter which need to be reset. I will use 6 gigs, and I can just give enter also. The parameter will be altered, but it's better to use a scope equal to SPFILE or scope equal to both, because if you want to make the changes into effect, you have to identify that okay, this parameter can be changed in the up and running condition also. Dynamically it can be changed without any reboot. So if you will use this scope equal to both, look, the system got altered, and now you have to validate it. Just refire the same command, show parameter recovery. Look, the DB recovery file list came to 6 gigs. So this is the same thing, how you can alter all the parameters with the alter system set command and the parameter name, and you can mention the location also if you want to change the location. It's not a big deal, and using scope equal to both is the good practice, so that the effect will be in both scope and as well as the memory. Else, let me show you one more thing. Suppose if you are changing the size back to 8 gigs or 7 gigs, and you have used scope equal to SPFILE only. If you are using this thing, system got altered, right? You have successfully changed the environment. Let me validate whether we have successfully changed the parameters or not. Look, it is still showing 6 gigs. Though you have changed it to 7 gigs, but it's still showing 6 gigs. How it is possible? Because you have mentioned it in the SPFILE. You have made the changes in SPFILE. If you have used memory, then it will be changed in the memory part. If you use both, then it will change the SPFILE as well, and you will be able to view it in the memory as well. So it's a best practice that you should use scope equal to both. And now you can validate it. You'll be getting the output as a 7 gigs. So this is how we can identify and how we can set the parameters in the database. So moving forward, let me show you some few more things. What is the location of parameter files? Oracle home, and under this we have DBS location. So PWD, this is my home location. This is a 19C database and I am in the DBS location. Let me validate ls-ltrs. Look, these many files are present. The init.ora, this is the first file. If you want to view this file, you'll be able to view it, and the information which resides under this is our default one. So this is not a correct parameter file. So remember, the parameter file looks like init sid.ora. That means this sid means this parameter file is related to ORCL database. This parameter file is related to SHA database. This parameter is for prod database. Look, one more thing is here, the SPFILE. This SPFILE ORCL, that means this SPFILE belongs to ORCL database. This SPFILE belongs to prod database, and this SPFILE belongs to SHA database. If you want to validate it, what and all things that is present in SHA database init file, vi, and you can view it. Look, SHA related all the parameters are residing here. When you have triggered startup, you have observed that these sizes are being allocated when the instance gets started. So this size is mentioned in the initialization parameter file only. So once this parameter file is being started, once database is started reading this parameter file, the contents, the parameters residing in this parameter file will take into consideration, and your database instance will be allocated. If any parameters is missing, your database won't come up. So remember all these things. You have also seen that compatible parameter is 19, and what are the control file locations? It is under ORA data and control file. There is one more control file that has been multiplexed. That means if one control file is being lost, then we can restore it from the another control file. Look, it is in the other location with control 02. So many information, DB name is also there. So multiple information is present in the parameter file, and the same information, this is the P file because we have viewed the init file. So this is a P file, it is a text file. You can just use insert command and you can change it. but to make the changes into effect you need the database bounce back for the parameter file. But in case of SPFILE you can change it dynamically, but there are a few more parameters which need to be modified. Let's say let me delete this file. Okay, not delete, I will just move this file. I will take the copy of it and v_bkp. So let me check whether some init file is present or not. Init, or let me sha this one. Okay, so look, there is no file related to init file for SHA database. This is the file, but someone has taken the backup, but there is no init file as of now. This is a backup file. Now you want to create a init file because database has been started with the SPFILE, right? Because the first file from which database will be started is the SPFILE. In case SPFILE is not there, then it will look for init file and start your database. If init file is also not there, then your database won't be started. So let me tell you, I want to create a PFILE again, that is initialization parameter file again from this SPFILE. How to do that? Create PFILE equal to create PFILE from SPFILE, semicolon, enter. Look, the command is executed and file is being created. If you want to validate it, just go here and you will just fire *sha star, enter. Look, init sha, this is though it is a backup file, but while triggering this command create PFILE from SPFILE, your parameter file gets created. If you want to view the same information what is inside SPFILE, it will be in PFILE also. So this is the way how you can create a PFILE. If you wish, you can change the location of PFILE creation also, because these are a default location. If you are using this command, it will go and create your PFILEs or SPFILE in the default location. But what happens if default location you don't want to create it? It's better, then you can use the location also. Create PFILE equal to, suppose I want to create the PFILE from in the location home Oracle, and let me know how to feed the initialization parameter name. So it will be init the database name dot ora semicolon colon from SPFILE. So after triggering this command, the file is being executed. Let me validate whether this file is present or not. ls-ltrh, enter. Look, this file is already there under home Oracle. You have created it on 7th. So this is a way how we can use scope related clause, how we can create a PFILE in the same location as well as a different location, what is the locations of PFILE and all that things, and how to alter the parameters, that everything we have view here. But one more thing I want you guys to understand, how to identify whether the parameters are the default one which require a dynamic changes, or which parameter after altering it requires a DB bounce back. This is the most important thing that you should be knowing. In organization, if you're working as a DBA, most often you will be getting these questions whether we can change the database parameter or not, and it requires a DB bounce back or it will be in a flee. So we have to identify first of all. If we are not able to understand which parameter is requires DB bounce back and which is in dynamic way only, so it's not possible for us to work as a DBA. Then they will blame that, okay, how if you are not able to trigger or if you are not able to identify which parameter is requires reboot, then why you are here? So it's better to know each and every basic concept, and during the interview also you can be asked these questions. So I have prepared a documentation, I will share with you guys. Look, so there is a view known as $parameter which I have already mentioned to you guys. Suppose I am firing this command. What is present in this command? I am selecting name, values, is default, is this session modifiable, and is this modifiable from $parameter. If you will trigger this query, you will be getting 445 rows selected, and 445 rows is too much. Let me format the column so that it will be easily viewable. For 830, call value for 830. For means format. to execute previous command, if you want to view what commands you have triggered, you have to press 1 enter, and if you want to execute the previous command, slash enter. So look here, so these are all are the parameters. These are the parameters, nothing else. These are the parameters, and beside this they have the values, this false, and these are the parameters which is being set. And is this modifiable? Yes, somewhere it is written false. Is session modifiable? It is written true, somewhere it is written false. And is this modifiable column, inside this you will be seeing immediate, false, and what else you will see, deferred. So these three things you are seeing, deferred, false, and immediate. So there is a parameter called hash area size. It is false because it's not a sys modifiable. Some parameter is deferred and some parameter is immediate. So with the help of these three parameters only, these three values only, we will be able to identify whether we can change the parameter, or the parameter requires reboot, or the parameters don't require reboots. So if someone will ask you, let me tell you, if someone will ask you that please let me know whether modifying SGA size we require a DB bounce back or not. So what I will do, I will reframe the query where, from $v parameter where name like percentage SGA size percentage, no row selected, why it is showing, I guess it should be in lowercase, SGA percentage. Okay, look, the SGA max size is sys modifiable or not, it is false. SGA target, it is immediate, and apart from that nothing is that. So how to identify whether changing the SGA max size will require reboot or not? Everything is being decided with the sys modifiable parameter, the sys modifiable column. So let me show you in the documentation once. Look here, number 1 is immediate, number 2 is deferred, and number 3 is false. These three things only we have identified in sys modifiable columns. So in this sys modifiable columns we have three phases, immediate, deferred, and false. In immediate we can change the parameter in FILE database, that is dynamic. If you want to change anything whose parameter column name is immediate, this phase is immediate, then you can change the parameter and it don't require a DB bounce back. So you are good if you see that the parameters value is immediate. Let me show you here. Immediate, this look, the SGA min size and SGA target. The parameter which is immediate, sys modifiable, is immediate. That means if you will change the value to 0 to 1, 0 to 2, or whatever value you want, then you don't require a database reboot. Let's look for the next option, deferred. We can change the parameter in FILE database, but this will affect after restart the database only. That means if you are using scope equal to both also, or scope equal to SPFILE also, you have to restart your database. And related to false, it is not modifiable with the alter system set command or whatever way. If false is there, then you won't be able to modify. So remember these things. This is very, very important. So this is the case, and if you want to modify it and how to identify, you will be able to view this parameters, that is $v parameter, and you can take out the node and you can modify it accordingly. So this is what present in initialization parameter files practical sessions. So we are done with it. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.